UK done anything about that. You see, these people knows the game they are playing. They are seeing that there is a wave that is about to shift. And they are seeing what America is doing and how it's going to change some certain things. What they are trying to do is to see if they can solidify the arrangement or whatever they have with Nigeria. And for me, UK or whatever they are being called, I hate them to the core. They don't have any good reputation at all. These people are gold diggers. They are always going to steal from people. Check how many countries in the world that UK or British have something they did with the countries. Many countries, name the countries. I say several countries UK have steal from these many countries in the world. So this stealing and this corruption and this criminality is in their DNA. So that is why they are partnering with these countries, all these people that have crime in them. So I am not surprised of whatever they are doing. I am not surprised of them inviting a drug lord, a man that is a drug lord, a man that's schooled as a man and they graduated as a woman or however. A man that full with corruption, a man that says, he say, grab it, snatch it, do everything to make sure. A man that has never even, that did not even win election. These are the people UK are partnering with. These are the people UK are supporting. It is not surprise to me. I have seen and I have known that UK is a country with well-known that support. If UK is.
Okay. Thank you. My co-host, we are not hearing you again. Thank you so
David,
much. Maybe, yeah, your internet is breaking. Yeah, before we, yeah, should I continue? Your
yeah,
internet is breaking. Okay.
David is breaking
Now,
out.
I want to talk about our government right now, and I want to start this session with a question. And the question, oh, David, your hand is up. The question I want to ask is, what is the difference between a freedom fighter and a terrorist? David, your hand is up, please, before we continue.
Yes, thank you. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, please.
Okay. What I just want to add to what you said, just like you said it before, whatever I want Biafran people, I want our people, both in diaspora, both in the homeland, and those who followed the Lord to UK, to understand that whatever agreement, whatever document Nigerian state government, their president is signing with United Kingdom, is not going to benefit Biafra.
We can't hear you again. When you come back then. Rach. Okay, so let's continue while waiting for David to be back. I have a question here, like Onyengere used to say before. That is what will make us to start this last session of the last session of our discussion. I want to ask, and I need an answer. What is the difference between a freedom fighter and a terrorist? What is the difference between a freedom fighter and a terrorist? Hello? What is the difference between a freedom... Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
So what is the difference between a freedom fighter and a terrorist? Let's do fast before our guest comes, please. What is the difference between a freedom fighter and a terrorist?
Okay, let me just explain on my own point of view. A freedom fighter is a man who is fighting to change a bad government, a government that are marginalizing or treating their citizens badly. A man who is fighting to provide or to create an enabling environment to the citizens to make sure that the citizens get whatever they as in receive what is the benefits that they're supposed to get. And while a terrorist is a man, somebody who enjoys taking things by force, killing people, taking people's property by fire, by force, in order to dominate, in order to take over, in order to have that place as his or her own. That is just the little way I can explain it.
Thank you so much. God bless you, Onyengere, because now we want to talk about what the Biafra Republic government is doing in Washington, D.C., and that we are very different. But we have our Prime Minister in our midst. Once he finishes, we will continue with this. Thank you so much, His Excellency. We are so happy to have you in our midst. Ladies and gentlemen, in the space today, we have His Excellency Mazi Honorable Ogechukwu Nkere, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. He's here in our midst, and we welcome him to speak to the Biafran people. Thank you so much, as always, for coordinating. He's here in our midst. Thank you so much, sir. Our Prime Minister, you have the mic. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Am I being heard? Am I coming out?
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, fellow Biafrans and our allies, friends. It's very important we know the reason why Biafran people are fighting for their freedom. A lot of people don't know that we Biafrans have been caged or living in bondage for a while now. And we can see it playing out. That is the reason why the Nigerian terrorist state visit the United Kingdom just few days ago. The visit is not meant for the people of Nigeria or the people of Biafra to be free of for their betterness. As we all are aware, when the Nigerian terrorist state and the entire cabinet visited the United Kingdom, they went there with all their arsenal of terrorists, both governors that are not supposed to be there, finance minister, the so-called minister of defense, while Nigeria is burning. That sent a strong signal, strong message to the Biafran people, the Nigerian people, and the entire world, that the Nigerian terrorist states don't care about the people of that region. The state of Nigeria, the government is not there to make the life of the Nigerian people better, either the Biafran people, of which Nigeria is still occupying our land. The amalgamation of Nigeria expired 2014. Are they there to renew the union? What are they there for? Why do they choose to visit when the contraption called Nigeria is burning? Why didn't the evil man called President Tinubu condemn the attack on the innocent Nigerians? All the Nigerian political elite find it difficult to condemn the bombing. It's high time people of Nigeria and the people of Biafra to wake up, rise up, protect themselves, protect their life, resist. This political elite of Nigerian ruling class and the political elite of the United Kingdom, they are evil. They live by the blood of the innocent people, innocent civilians, innocent Biafran Christians and Nigeria Christians. They care less about the people. It's all about them. Why these evil people are riding chariots, having fun, laughing, dining, whining. Nigeria is on fire. Innocent people are dying. No one deserves to die. All life matters. Biafran Christians' life matters. Nigeria Christians' life matters. Even those that identify themselves as Muslim, their life also matters. As long as they are not committing crime, as long as they are not trying to kill the Christians or to kill anyone, all life matters. Only where we condemn and where we have a problem is when some, like the extremist jihadist terrorists, the extreme Muslims, when they turn around killing the Christians because of their faith, that is when we have problem. That is what we are fighting. My fellow citizens of Biafra, if you want peace, prepare for war. If you want peace, prepare to defend yourself. If you want your freedom, fight for it. Freedom is not given. freedom is taken. It don't matter how rich or poor, how educated you are, whether you are one of the most educated or the educated fool. If you don't have the template of how to actualize your freedom or how to liberate yourself, you will die. The only language that will free you from your oppressor is when you resist, when you push back, when you fight. United Kingdom, the war of Jericho of our time. United Kingdom, the Sodom and Gomorrah of our time. United Kingdom, the Pharaoh live in United Kingdom. Charles is the Pharaoh of United Kingdom. Pharaoh, let Biafra go. A Pharaoh of United Kingdom, don't let Biafra go. United Kingdom will be worse than Somalia. Karma is real. Evil will be for them. The monsters, the terrorists they have been supporting for years, for decades, will turn around and swallow them. The so-called Great Britain have turned to fail Britain. The so-called Great Britain have turned to terrorist Britain. The British government kill my people. The British government kill our brothers and sisters, our uncles. Since this useless union that they amalgamate together, this never work and it's not going to work. The evil British don't practice what they preach. They claim to know God, but at the end, they despise him by their works. They are evil. The patrons of Great Britain, the well-meaningful people, those that believe in rule of law, those that believe in live and let live, it's time they fight. It's time they protect their generation so that what will befall Great Britain, United Kingdom, they will not partake of it. Their leaders are evil. They need to condemn their leaders. Remember, if you do what is right, you will be remembered by our Lord, our God who lives in heaven. But for those that do what is wrong, we know what is their portion. Some believe in hellfire. That means all these so-called Charles this, Queen this, if they do what is wrong, if they commit crime against humanity, their portion will be rest in pieces. I'm not minding my words here. I will say it the way it is. I'm not trying to be political correct. The royal family of the UK, Great Britain people are evil. They keep killing Biafrans. During the civil genocidal war, the war against the Biafran people, Great Britain fought very hard to starve the Biafran children. They had a blockade from the Ambazonia territory. of Cameroon then. Biafran's children were starved to death. And this evil monster that will rest in pieces till today, they did not feel sorry for the innocent children that they massacred them. Till today, they are still killing Biafrans. They still have their leg on our knee. They still have their leg on our head. They don't want to let us go. We must fight. We must resist these evil occultic people. People that live with the blood of the innocent. Charles is evil. His mother is evil. His father, his generation, they are all evil people. They claim to be Christians. They quote the Bible. They tell you all how human beings can live together, how there will be insecurity, of which when they turn around, they will be the one to cause the insecurity. When they turn around, they will still be the one to sponsor this terrorism. The British government know what they are doing. They know they are killing Biafran people. They know Nigeria is not working. They know there is a genocidal war going on against the Biafran Christians and the Nigerian Christians. This evil royal family cannot even condemn it. What a shame! What embarrassment! For them that call their name, call them name king. I don't know if anyone can tell me the meaning of king. I don't know if king is designed to kill his own people. I don't know if king is designed to be sponsoring insecurity. I don't know the job of a king. Is it to be respected, honored, celebrated, or the duty of a king is how they will murder, innocent babies, innocent children, innocent men and women. What a shame. Charles can go and answer his king to his people as far as we Biafran people, as far as I, Mazio Gechukwu Nkere, Charles will later go and join his mother when due time comes. He's getting old and older. He will not live forever. He will not live to 200, 300, 400 years. One day, he will still pass on and go and rest in pieces as evil man. An evil family don't supposed to be called a royal family. There is nothing royal there. There is nothing to celebrate there. That royal family never gave the world joy. Especially we Biafran people, our heart is broken. I don't know why Chukwukika Abiam, our God, is still keeping these evil people alive. If I am God and I have the opportunity, I know what to do. They will sleep, they will not wake up. Because for them living, more and more people are dying. Why people are dying in Biafra land? Why innocent children, women are dying in Nigeria? This evil Charles is there celebrating with another terrorist from Nigeria. not even mentioning the insecurity that is happening in that country. And the same evil man, Tinubu, was there saying the insecurity is caused by what? Climate change. Shetima is a co-founder of Boko Haram. I don't know if Shetima is not climate change. Hezbollah. We understand that Hezbollah is originated from Lebanon. I don't know what Hezbollah is doing in Nigeria. Is it because of climate change? All the way from Middle East somewhere, they catapult and find themselves somewhere in northern part of Nigeria. What about Hamas? We all understand Hamas is originated from Gaza. What is Hamas doing in Nigeria? Is it because of climate change? All these evil, blood-sucking people walking around in the name of governing, in the name of leading people. One day, the God of hosts, the God who created the heaven and earth, will descend on them. And for we as Biafrans, we will do what we can within our reach. We can't kill ourselves. We are trying our best to fight back. Please, if you are a Biafran, if you love freedom, if you want to be free, if you want your people to be free, ready to protect your people, fund your freedom, ready for war. There is no two ways about it. This war is coming. The only language the Islamic jihadist terrorists understand or listen to is when you go with peace through strength. They don't believe in democracy. They don't believe in negotiating. Shame to the United Kingdom. And the people of United Kingdom, they are not protesting against their government. They are not protesting against their so-called useless occultic royal family that kill Biafrans in millions. Tomorrow they will quote Bible for you. How they are so-called saint this, saint that. They can celebrate all the whole saint in the world, but they cannot imitate or practice what all these saints represent. Just few days ago, all over the world, especially in some parts of UK, they are celebrating St. Patrick. What does St. Patrick stand for? Does St. Patrick stand for terrorism? What does St. Patrick represent? What does St. Patrick preach? We need to practice what we preach. Hypocrisy is too much. Remy, the wife of Tinubu, was there quoting Bible in one of the church she attended. Whether it's a church or a gathering, an evil woman that hate the Biafran people with passion. No wonder why our Lord Jesus Christ was here on earth. He said, "Go away, all you workers of iniquity." At the synagogue one time, he blasted all the Pharisees, Sadducees, evil people. I believe wherever Elizabeth is now, she's resting in pieces. I'm saying it without no apology, because she's evil. She killed Biafrans in millions. Till today, they can't even still acknowledge what they did is wrong. It's heartbroken. Where is United Nations? Where is all these world leaders that want to preach and talk about humanitarian and talk about how they can make this world a better place, how human right of this and human right of that. Now that we can go our separate ways, while we have little casualty, it's better for the whole world to come together and do what is right. People like these so-called churches and some of the reverend bishop popes, Red Cross all around the world, you will not see them now. But when you see people dying in thousands, in hundreds of thousands, they will all gather like vultures and start talking about how they will send humanitarian aids across. Please, my fellow citizens, don't be deceived. We are fighting to get out of this bondage. We are in this fight together. We will all fight until we liberate ourselves. And we must be free. United Kingdom, Great Britain, they never want Biafran people to be free. United States of America and the state of Israel condemn the genocidal war against the Biafran Christians, against the Nigerian Christians. Why is it? Why is it that Charles, Prime Minister of United Kingdom as well, the Prime Minister of Great Britain, failed Britain, why do they find it difficult to condemn the terrorism that is happening in Nigeria and in Biafra land? Why do they find it difficult to say the word about the genocide against the Christians? It's because they sponsor the Nigerian terrorist state. It's because they don't want the Biafran Christians to be free. It's because they don't want us to be free. They believe they own Nigeria. They believe Nigeria is their property. They believe if there is peace in Nigeria, if the people of Biafra exit Nigeria, everything the royal family have worked for from time immemorial, just believing that if he let Biafra go, his family, even his mother that is now resting in pieces, will be very angry with him. Their plan is to hold all of us in a perpetual bondage. Their plan is not for us to be free. They have destined us for destruction. They have destined us to be wiped out of Biafra land so that they can take over our land, so they can also take over our resources that have been their primary goal of this hatred and the reason why they want all of us to be dead. They never want us to live. Question for me and you, are we going to allow these people to achieve their goal? Please, my fellow citizens, fund your freedom. Your freedom is in your hand. Our freedom is near more than before. These people, they don't meant well for us, and they don't want us to be free. Thank you from here, and I appreciate everyone here today. Tutors, thanks for for hosting this space. COS, thank you very much. Veteran, I see you here. Eunice, David, Onyeka, Biafra Vision. Please, if I don't mention your name, sorry. I appreciate everything each and every one of you is doing. And please, when we address our enemy, those that don't deserve the title, we don't need to call them with that title. They are not our king. They are not our queen. That is what it is. They are not royal to us. I don't see anyone who's supposed to be royal that don't know the meaning of royalty will be killing Biafrans, will be slaving Biafrans. It breaks my heart. That is evil. And our God as well condemn it. There is nothing like royal family. Evil family just is evil. Knowing what is happening in Nigeria, he can't even condemn it. He can't even come with solution of how the citizens of that region can live in peace. Good luck, Jonathan, a former president of that evil country called Nigeria. Quote from former leaders like Tafawa Balewa and others, that the British government is doing everything possible to make sure that the people of Nigeria come together and accept this scam union. But the people are different. It's not just working. British government have tried this for over 100 years, and they still keep trying to make it work. They understand it will not work. They always want this confusion. They want this chaos. They want where Biafrans are fighting with the North fighting with the Southwest, then the British will step in and loot, take advantage, and use the opportunity to enrich themselves, while the people of Biafrans will be running out of their ancestral land to different places trying to get a better life. Please, thank you. Please don't forget to fund your freedom. Tomorrow is our fundraising. We want everyone there, please. I believe you can agree with me that these people, they don't want us to be free. Why they are in UK few days ago, some just think it's just a visit. It's more than a visit. Yes, they went there for whatever they know that will be best for their own interests, not the interests of the people. And please, we need to resist these evil monsters. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. God bless each and every one of you. They want to thank you.
There were His Excellency, our Prime Minister. Thank you so much. And on behalf of every Biafran and every person on this space tonight, we say thank you so very much for coming around to speak this night to the Biafran people directly. We really appreciate your tight schedule. You still squeeze it out to come and address us and then revive us. It's always good to have you in our midst. God bless you in all that you have done and what you will continue to do. And I want this space to understand what just happened, because if you look at what is happening, most governments send them press releases, and you could also see most leaders will send representatives. But you've seen our Prime Minister himself has come here to speak to each and every one of us and let us know the importance of funding our freedom, and knowing fully well that nobody will do this thing for us except we do it by ourselves. So we thank you so much, sir. That is the difference between a government that governs and a government that performs. So, sir, you've given this place something no script could give us. Thank you so much. And that is your presence that you've given to us. And we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. COS, please, are you there? After our COS, if you have any question to ask our Prime Minister, please raise up your hand and ask him the question or your doubt, if you want to clear your doubt before we continue with our program. And if you have anything to donate for us in your space donation, please feel free to do so and then send me your receipt. Our honorable COS, are you there?
Yes. Tutor, you just go ahead if
Yeah,
there are people with questions, two, three questions, so that the PM will get back to his busy schedules.
yeah.
And let's just take it before you round up.
Okay, sir. So anybody with a question for our Prime Minister? He's not going to stay for a long time. Please feel free if you have a question for him, raise up your hand so that we can give you the mic. We need question. Do you have any doubt or concern about anything disturbing you and you need clarification? He is here. Not after this, we'll be hearing some people saying he's going to hide somewhere. He is here now in our midst. Ask him all the questions you want to ask him now. He is not a hidden leader. He is always here with us. Whenever he is free, you will find him in our spaces, irrespective of who is hosting the space. If you don't find him here, you will find him in Minister Betty's program. He speaks to Biafrans anywhere he goes. So don't listen to Saboteur telling rubbish out there. Our Prime Minister is here with us and he is always here. He has never left us behind. No matter the tight schedule he has, he will squeeze out, even if it is 5 minutes, to speak to the Biafran people. So raise up your hand and ask him any question you want to ask him. He's not going to stay for a very long time. So if there is no question, I will ask my Prime Minister if I should continue with the space or he still have anything to tell Biafrans. COS, please, over to you.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, my people, we were at the point of asking the difference between a freedom fighter and a terrorist. And we have an answer here from our brother, um, it was Senator. Senator answered the question to give us the difference between a terrorist and a freedom fighter, because this is the session we have to talk about our government, what they are doing, because a lot of people don't understand the difference between a government and an organization. Senator, I cannot find your answer again. Yeah. Does anybody know the meaning, the difference between a terrorist and a freedom fighter? I can't find your answer again. The difference between a terrorist and a freedom fighter. Vincent, you want to answer?
Can I give you a brief explanation of what I think?
Yes, please.
So it actually depends on the perspective and the method, right? Because if you look at it clearly, somebody like Pantami tells you that Boko Haram, that they are their freedom fighters. The same thing is what is his name? The Sultan of Sokoto says, right? So it depends on the mode of operation. Now, terrorist, a freedom fighter is more of a, self-determination, liberation from oppression, and targeting governments, right? But terrorists, they focus more on civilians. They target civilians, and even though both might come from political ideologies, because the ideology of Boko Haram is the fact that Western education and Western whatever is a haram, is not permitted in their land. While freedom fighters want good life, want better things for the people. So both of them can be, they almost look like they're fighters. They are all fighters, but coming from all different angles. Freedom fighters basically goes after the oppressive governments and military and all of that, but terrorists goes after civilians. That's what I think.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely, absolutely, 100% correct. Vincent, do you want to add something to that? Your hand is up.
Yes, I want to ask first of all, let me greet uh,
Huh?
my Prime Minister. Good evening, COS. Good evening, Sister Tutosh. Good evening. everyone on the space, the real brigades. Thank you all for the good work you are doing for us. I want to ask my Prime Minister a question before I will answer your own question. And my question goes like this. My Prime Minister, now Biafra is a government. Any agreement that Nigerians are signing that they did not invite you as a Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in exile, can it stand in Biafra land? That is my simple question, sir. Thank you. Am I being heard?
Yes, I think the PM is not available to answer it. But why would someone who does not recognize you invite you for a dialogue? Inviting you to have a part in their shambolic discussion means that they recognize you. So they do not recognize you, there's no way they're going to invite you. And whatever they do, it does not concern the Biafran people. It's not for Biafra, and it will never stand.
Thank you. You answer it correctly. Then, for freedom fighter and terrorist, a freedom fighter is he that have the people, the people, his people in mind and in heart. The people that is protecting the person, or the people that is protecting their people, that is working for everything to be good about his people, that is making sure that whatever his people needed is what they get, that is good, that need progress to always come to the way of his people. That is freedom fighting for you. That is the person that is fighting for freedom. Then a terrorist is the one who are always there to kill the people, to kill his people, to make sure he cause damages to his people, to make sure he cause harms to his people, to make sure he is doing the thing that is paining his people. That is a terrorist for you. Thank you all.
Dalo Vincent, Dalo. So, do you want to answer the question? What is the difference between a freedom fighter and a terrorist? Do you want to add something? Please go ahead.
Host, co-host, difference between these two is one is when people, because one is for the people, like my brother rightfully said, having the people's interest at heart, trying to enrich them with every good thing, and coming from a human perspective. So a freedom fighter is a humanity carrier, somebody who is spreading humanity. And the opposite of that is the cults that will bring that will bring terror to the people's heart when they see them. Because when a freedom fighter is coming, imagine NNAMDI KANU, if he reaches anywhere, people surround him for joy without even without security. Even the security itself, they cannot even do anything against him because they know that he's a pure somebody. So this is, they know he's a freedom fighter. And they just so-called security who are insecurity, actually operatives, Boko Haram in uniform and all those things. These are those, they still even, it still appeals to their conscience, because every human being has a conscience. In as much as those people, some of them blocked it, like Allah blocked his conscience, you know. So the reality of a freedom fighter brings joy to all whose conscience is clear. Then otherwise, the terrorists are coming from a cult, like Islam is a cult. Please go and research. If you check Islam very well, you will never call it a religion, because it is an insult to any religion.
at all. It's a place where they tell people cast terror into the heart of the people, cut their names and all, they terrorize them. He said terrorize them. That is what they said. Muhammad said that I was made victorious by terror. You know, and in the Quran it says you to cast terror into the heart of the people. So the people, that means there's no joy. When they see them, what they see is fear. You know, what becomes a fear? And fear is absence of joy, absence of happiness. But the freedom fighter, when the freedom fighter comes, the people's heart is joyful. So is that these are two different things, and it is on purpose that the terrorists, they will call the freedom fighter terrorist, because is actually, for him, it makes a bit of sense, but for an innocent person, you have to think well, because what is in heaven for devil is hell for the righteous, you know, and what is the hell for the righteous is heaven for the unrighteous. So any person, any freedom fighter that is trying to free people from the terrorists is like terrorizing the terrorists. It's like taking the terrorists, the captives, so to say, in the name of righteousness. So I think this is what I just wanted to add to it. Thank you very much.
Dalu, all the answers are correct. Yes. So it's not about the method, it is about recognition. It is about the legal structure and whose interest your movement threatens. Yes. Now my next question, because this area we are talking about, we are going to focus on our government. What is a government in exile and why does it matter for Biafrans specifically? That is the next question before I start. What is a government in exile and why does it matter for Biafrans specifically? That is the second question before I go deep. Please, if you are joining the space, do us that favor and share the space. And if you have anything to give us for your space donation, kindly do that and share your receipt. Tomorrow is fundraising. What is a government in exile? There are two questions though. What is a government in exile and why does it matter for Biafra specifically? Yeah, Chuko, the Rastaman, you have the mic again.
Okay. Government in exile is the legal entity. So, legal entity that serves as a vehicle that will actualize the land, the freedom and the sovereignty of the land, and bring them recognition. You know, that's the vehicle. And what makes it important for Biafrans is that this is a legal movement, a legal link that we have to legitimize to make ourselves recognized, to reach certain places, because as a government, you have your legal, you know your rights, you know this is a legal entity, you know your legal rights, you have your lobbies, and you can really do things accordingly. This is the one way I can say how I can tell what it is and the purpose of it, because where our government, imagine what our government has been going to the Congress, our Congress briefing, and making a request by the government of US, and US actually responded to that and doing according to what we want, and actually gave them information, and they went and confirmed what information we gave them, and they're doing it, and they continue to do this, you know. So this already proves of the necessity or the advantages of having our government in exile. I don't know if I make a bit of sense indeed. Thank you very much, my sister.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, Biafrans, we are so talented. Hey, absolutely. Thank you, the Rastaman. Yes, a government in exile is a political entity that has legitimate authority over a territory. And where does it operate? It operates from outside that territory. Because of why? Because of occupation or suppression. I want us to break it down one by one so that our people will understand what is government in exile before we even talk of our own. Government in exile, because I can see that most Biafrans who are busy jumping up and down don't even understand or value what they have. So it's a political entity that has what? Legitimate authority. It be like say we don't enter class. So. And what is the meaning of legitimate authority over a territory? I need an answer. And don't be angry. We need to break this thing down small, 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 small. What is the meaning? What do you understand by a government that has legitimate authority over a territory? Another person should look at we already know what it means to operate outside it because of occupation or suppression. Somebody else should look at why it is operating outside. That is because of occupation and suppression. Yala, Chukudi, what do you understand by legitimate authority over a territory?
That being a legal entity is like this authority is unquestionable, it has its right and is demonstrating this right and stands before the nations with the laws of the nations. Just like the spirit of this government is the charter, and the spirit of this government being the charter and the law to preserve our lives, because now as we know that the preservation of our life, defense of our life is our right, you know. So this legal entity and the legal protector, the spirit of it, which is the law that guides it, is unequivocal right. Is not, you cannot refute it. There's no place. This is why they run away from recognizing auto, like the zoo. Nigeria would not like to mention. They see Biafra Liberation Army, they say IPOB, because if they touch it, they know that is the a legal thing. They know that they have recognized, just like our COS answered the brother who asked if they don't call him. They try to avoid him as if they don't know that he's existing, because if they mention it, they are shooting themselves at the foot. So this is why Baba Gana was talking about Nigeria people who are rubbing against us. And he knows very well that these are not Nigerians, these are Biafrans. This is a legal entity. So they will not mention it because they know that it's pure. They know that it's unquestionable. They know that it's a legal movement, and what is legal cannot be illegal. And they themselves is exposing them being illegal because Nigeria expired already 12 years ago. You know, so and all those. So a legal entity simply means that it is unquestionable. It has the authority that goes like expressly without being stopped, like Autobahn, as some would say. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, so Biafra lies on Italy. Yes, the question, do you want to explain what you mean by legitimate authority over a territory? You have the mic.
Thank you so much, Biafrans. Very, very simple. I wanted to greet our Ja Rastafari, Rastaman. You always have it. You are very deep in terms of history. Now, legitimacy from etymology means being legally inclined. Legally means the law. Law means the instrument for the expression of human want. The expression of human want, the instrument, or what you call the parameter of the measurement of human want is the law. So legitimacy is the fountain of the law, meaning that whatever you are doing should be legally good. Just like you say, according to Article 1, Article 2, Article 3, Article 4, Article 5, according to law this, according to law that. If whatever you are doing is in line with the law, it means you are legitimate. So legitimacy starts from the fountain of law and the legalese. So if our people are talking about a government in exile, it means that whatever we are doing is codified and it must respond or correspond to the will of the people. So legitimacy means when you are doing things in accordance to the law, when the people support what you are doing, just like when we did our referendum that, amounted to more than 50 million of Biafrans for what? Biafra exit. And when we crystallize the BRGIE under Helsinki Convention, so politically for the Biafran people. So it is very, very important, and it has to do with being legal, doing things in accordance to the law, not in accordance to religion, not in accordance to tradition, but in accordance to the law, which means the expression of the will of the people. The will of the people of Biafra is for us to be free, and we used the Helsinki Convention to express our will. Let me stop there for now. Thank you.
In secular secularum. Thank you so much, Academic Highness. Yes, government in exile is a political entity that has legitimate authority. Now we've understood what legitimate authority is over a territory, and it has to operate outside, from outside country, that is outside that territory, because now something is making it to operate outside that territory because of what? Occupation or suppression, just like Nigeria. So we cannot be inside the same government or in the same country and call ourselves government in exile. We have to leave that territory because of what? Occupation or suppression. And now, another thing we have to know about government in exile is that it is structured as a functioning government. It is structured as a functioning government. And when we say functioning government, it has some characteristics, it has some traits that you should be able to see in that government and say, oh, this is a functioning government. And one of such is that government in exile that is functioning must have a leadership structure. That government must have ministries. That government must have an act of state, not act of protest. You see? So the ability to engage must also have the ability to engage foreign government as a recognized entity, not as a petition. Now, if you look at our government in exile, when we will talk about later, before I go into talking about our own government in exile, I just want to briefly let those that are sitting on the fence or are still having doubts to know that we are not the first to have government in exile. I'm going to use two examples, two clear examples. Now I'm going to use Germany. When Germany occupied Europe, 8 governments fled to London and continued to function as legal governments from exile. Let's look at the 8 countries. Poland, Norway, Belgium, Netherlands, Greece, Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia, and Free France. And most of us, we are in these countries. We are in those countries that fought war to survive and become a nation today, but we don't want to fund our freedom. Now, these were not symbolic bodies. No. The Polish government in exile had a complete army. Listen to what they had. They had a complete army, they had navy, they had air force. They fought what? Alongside the Allies. 200,000 Polish soldiers under its command. And after the war, when communist forces took over Poland, the Polish government in exile continued operating in London for what? Another 50 years. The last country to withdraw recognition was the Vatican in 1972. Now, when the communism fell in 1990, the government in exile formally transferred the symbols of Polish sovereignty to the newly elected President Lech in Warsaw. They kept the flame burning for 50 years until the moment it mattered. So let's look at now Czechoslovakia. Now, the 6th National Council operated as a government in exile before Czechoslovakia, if I can't pronounce it well, please tell me, even existed as an independent state. I just had to pick these two because they are very easy and we don't need to spend too much time. So before the country was born, we have to look at the critical part of it. International law recognizes government in exile, not only for states under occupation, but for peoples with a documented, legitimate claim to self-determination, who cannot really exercise that claim because of military and political suppression, which is a clear example of the Biafran people right now. Now, the critical legal lesson is that the United States government, that is the State Department, the Congress, the White House, cannot give formal. I want those that are following groups and committee members, dismembered committee, the organizations out there floating, all those organizations that are supposed to come together under one umbrella of the Biafra Republic government in exile. I want them to know that the United States government, even those that got invitation and they are smiling for the very first time in their life to enter Washington, D.C., I want them to know that the United States government, the State Department, even the Congress, the White House cannot give formal diplomatic recognition to an organization. It can never happen. This is a matter of international law, not preference. You see, they can meet with organization representative informally. They can acknowledge organization existence, but formal diplomatic engagement, treaty capacity, like the question that our brother asked, Vincent asked, treaty capacity, recognition of representational authority, congressional testimony as a recognized sovereign entity, these require a government. It requires a government, not leaders in prison, not organization, not professors, not doctors. It requires a government, a legally constituted, structured, formally registered government. IPOB is an organization. BCGG, NPP, all those ones are not even classified under. Those are just group of family members coming together to extort money from you. So under international law and US legal framework, organizations cannot be formally recognized as diplomatic entities by Washington, D.C. They cannot sign treaties. They cannot even be registered with the U.S. Department of Justice as entities representing a foreign government interest. It can never happen. I don't know how you people want us to be talking, and we will continue to talk. We will not get tired of talking, because that is what you've put us through, and we will do it. So the Biafra Republic government in exile is a structured government, and it has been structured as a government. It has a prime minister right now, and that prime minister, oh my goodness me, he is in our midst. His Excellency, hey, Ogechukwu Nkere, he is in our midst still. He has never left us alone. It has a cabinet member, it has cabinet members with him. It is registered with U.S. Department of Justice under the Foreign Agent Registration Act, which we abbreviate as FAR. Now, ask every other person making noise. Go and ask DOAs that are divided into two. Have you been registered under FARA? The answer is no. Ask the charger. The answer is no. You cannot. They cannot. Ask the little group of families that came together and were seeking for, how to get into Washington, D.C. to use and deceive Biafrans. Can you register? What is the name of your group? Say, we don't even know. Who is the leader of the group? We don't know. Ask them, have you been registered under FARA? The answer is no. None of them projecting Biafra unquote has ever been registered with FARA. It is not possible because they are not a government. That registration is not ceremonial. The Justice Department review FARA application. They examine the entity structure. It claims to represent a foreign political interest, even its activities in Washington, D.C. So a FARA registration means the United States government has formally, and you can go to our website and see things for yourself, www.biafrarepublicgovernment.org. Go there and see things for yourself, because United States government has formally accepted this entity has legal standing to represent a foreign political interest on American soil. We have our head office in Maryland. where our Prime Minister stayed there to address the Biafran people. You see? So that is why the Biafra Republic government in exile was able to hold the first ever congressional briefing on Biafra at the KANU House Office building in September 2025. Ask the group that you are jumping around, following them like a mosquito. Have they ever? They cannot. Instead, they'll be going to join another person's own, like they've become Syrians overnight. They are going to pitch. We are talking about Biafra. You see? That is what I'm saying. That is why senators in the, on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee took meetings with us. That is why the groundwork existed for Rep. John James to stand up in Congress on November 20 when Onyendu was sentenced to life in prison. And he had to make the announcement. He let the whole world know. Where did he get the information from? From a legal entity, Biafra Republic government in exile. So I want to address something directly for Biafrans who are emotionally attached to Onyendu's leadership. I want to let you know. And I say emotionally attached with full respect because the attachment is in and right. Onyendu is detained, whether you like it or not. Simon Ekpa, first Prime Minister, is detained in Finland. And it is only what the Biafra Republic government in exile is doing that will release them. If you like, do binding and fasting from now till tomorrow. Nothing. Because why? The people surrounding them are already indicting them every day. The lawyers of Onyendu has come out to tell you, of course, they are not even his lawyers, he sacked all of them. They are now projecting the interests of Nigeria. They are now aligning themselves with those looking for a way to sustain what is already dead. Call all this safe Nigeria and all that. You see? So they are in the detention. When leaders of a freedom movement are detained, the movement does not pause even for 1 second. It cannot. It cannot pause. The Polish government in exile did not pause because its leaders were imprisoned or killed. The ANC did not pause when Nelson Mandela went to Robben Island. The work continued, even much stronger. In the UK system, the king is a symbolic head of state. And you see him riding in all those carriages here and there. He presides at the banquet. He gives ceremonial speech, but he does not run the government. It is the prime minister that is running the government, and he makes decisions. The prime minister signed the document. So Biafra has the same structure. Onyendu's name carries that symbolic weight that mobilizes millions. He is not replaced. Nobody has replaced him, and nobody can replace him. His position is held. But while he is in Sokoto prison, the government must continue to function. We have our Prime Minister, His Excellency Ogechukwu NKERE, who was legally elected by Brigade Cabinet to lead in this period. He wasn't elected to replace NNAMDI KANU, but to ensure the act of state continued even when NNAMDI KANU, our leader, is in prison. The congressional briefing, the senators meeting, the FARA compliance, the international legal advocacy, these things cannot wait for Onyendu to be released before it begins. It is not possible. It is not possible. They must happen now so that when Onyendu is free, there is an internationally recognized structure for him to lead if he wants to. As I used to say every day, he's an adult. He can decide what he wants and what he doesn't want. We cannot force him. So Biafrans, wake up. Don't let anybody brainwash you with pure water. You have a government and you have to fund your government. There are no two ways. You have to fund your government. Nobody will do it for you. We cannot halt our freedom because our leaders are in detention. We cannot even take instruction from them. Look at what Ejimako is doing. With even in your dream, will Onyendu tell you to go and vote and partake in Nigeria election? In your entire life, do you think Onyendu will tell you, go and get voters card and vote? Participate in Nigeria election. He can never. And because he can never, that is why he's still in Sokoto. So when people who are supposed to know better come out and lie, you should have that spirit of discernment and say, no, something is wrong somewhere. If they are coming out to lie to you, that means they've been pressuring him inside the prison to give up Biafra. And any day you see him, I know that he has given up on Biafra, except he's coming out with Biafra flag. And I don't know why Nigerian government don't have sense that keeping him there does not solve anything, and it doesn't stop us from moving forward. They should have known better that we have moved beyond Onyendu, because our freedom is not in the hand of any individual. Yeah, Biafra Liza, your hand is up, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
You know,